Shit. Hey, come on in, y'all. Come on in, y'all. Let's get it. Shout out to the Mac Mob, baby. Hey, hey, let's work. Let's get it. About to go in today, baby. Come on in, y'all. Hey, shout out to the Mac Mob. Shout out to Mark Nash. What to do with the folk, man? Y'all the inspiration behind this live stream, man. They just got on me last night about not doing enough content, so you know what I'm saying? I had to start up the next morning with some shit. You dig me, Playboy? Let's go in on this boxing talk. You understand me? Feel free to time on in. Come on in. We're finna have an open panel, so all my niggas that want to pull up for a nigga. You dig? Like, come on, bro. Come on in, y'all. Yay! It's the Mac Mob, baby. Shout out to my nigga. Even though they gonna get no bigger. Hey, I'm kind of getting fed up with all this bullshit going on, man. I keep telling y'all this over and over. Every time I do a live, I gotta constantly tell you all the bullshit that's going on, the smoke and mirrors. Everybody be talking this bullshit over here saying this shit is real shit, that shit is real shit. Well, a lot of this shit is bullshit. Yeah? Ain't nothing really real all of a sudden this box of shit. So we finna cook. What it do with the business is, man? It's your boy DT3, the Boom Beezy, man, and I'm back at you again with another Boxing Talk podcast, Boxing Talk 193. Big fights. And what are the big fights that you're looking for that you want to see that are not happening right now? That's what I'm finna cook on in this camp today, man, is all the fights that are big, major marquee fights that, in a sense, is not happening because, you know, somebody don't want to lose out on no money. Somebody's afraid to lose. You know, it's always that type of bullshit or whatnot. So I gotta go in on that. Also, I want to send a special shout out to two folks that I just so happened to be on a live stream just last night. And that is the Mac Mob, baby. Shout out B Mac. I was on his live stream last night, and you know, he kind of cooked on me a little bit, told me, hey man, you need to make some more shit, dog. Get the shit together, man. You know what I'm talking about? You make something, then you disappear for like 2-3 weeks or a whole goddamn month, then you motherfucker pop about the goddamn boonies, nigga. Where the fuck you been at, boo? So you know what? I heard you, B-Mac. I heard you. And I told you, you know, I gave you my word that I'm going to keep this shit rolling. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, man, you know, it's strength in numbers. And we need all our soldiers in the YTBC on some real talk. So, hey, man, here I am. If you're busy, if you got something going on, I get it. But here I am. You know what I'm saying? I got the time to do it. And shit, wife got the kids. I'm sitting here chilling, and I'm finna talk this boxing talk with the two motherfuckers that's up in this bitch. You dig? But shout out to B Mac or the Mac Mob. You know what I'm saying? He is a big inspiration behind this live stream. So I'm finna cook on this bitch. And also slid on Mark Nash last night. Shout out to my nigga Mark Nash. If you ever subscribe to either of these channels, man, slide your ass on over there and go subscribe to the Mac Mob and to Mark Nash. Go holla at your boys, man. Real rap. I was on Mark Nash live stream last night. We was cooking, talking some boxing talk, but my fucking battery died on me, so I couldn't stay the whole stream. So my bad, Mark, for cutting out on you like that. But I had my fucking phone was dying and shit, and I couldn't charge it because the damn plugs wasn't working where I was at. But what I will say pertaining to a lot of shit going on with the Errol Spence situation and Terrence Crawford situation, what I will touch on and be straightforward and honest with y'all about is, like I told y'all, that the fight wasn't going to happen. And I don't believe that the fight is going to happen. What's up, BJ Ben? What to do with the foe? I told y'all that I felt like that fight wasn't going to happen, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, because there was no Candace. What to do with the foe? What's up with my girl Candace? And we sitting there listening to Errol, going off of everything Errol saying this, Errol saying that, and Terrence saying this. And then you got this nigga Floyd come forth and then tell you that the fight ain't gonna happen until he say so. So we sitting here making content after content after content after content after content, and we blaming Crawford or we blaming Spence. But if you want to be technical, it ain't really Crawford or Spence's fault. If you really want to be technical, it's really the motherfuckers that's handling Spence. And Spence is going to do what he told because he's not his own boss. He doing what his handlers are telling him to do. He doing what his boss is telling him to do, which is sit back, chill out, let us handle it. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You rich. That's how Floyd get niggas. He hit him with that you rich shit or you getting money. And that's how he getting to these men is talking to their pockets. And these niggas can't see past their fucking pockets. It do sound like a PBC problem. It do. And it is a PBC problem. But if you look at it for what it is, and if we was to, let's say boxing is actually doing right by boxing. Let's say these motherfuckers is doing right by the sport. This is what's going to happen. Terrence fights Errol Spence. He beats Errol Spence. What's up with bruh? What's up with Blood though? Terrence beats Errol Spence, right? You gotta understand that Errol Spence is under PBC. He's a unified champ. He got straps. Jermell Charlo is also a PBC fighter. He is undisputed at 154 pounds. He is also a PBC fighter. So if Terrence Crawford beats Errol Spence, guess where the fuck he going next? Guess where Terrence going next? He going right up to Jermell at 154. And he challenging for a third undisputed belt. Possibly could win that fight. So because of that, if you look at the trajectory of it, you like, hey man, nah, bro. Terrence by himself can come and shut down PBC. By himself. He don't need Bob. He don't need help. He can shut the shit down by himself. Think about it. If Terrence goes and beat Errol, become undisputed at 147, go up to 54 and beat Jermell Charlo and become undisputed at 154. Think about how bad that looked for PBC. Think about that. Hold up. I gotta get my peoples up in here. Hey, Blood, if you got a minute, Fresh. What's up with Fresh? What it do with the folk? Hey, Brother Darkness 89. What it do with the folk? Hey, Blood, if you got a moment, Fresh, if you got a moment, Blood and Fresh, retro boxing and documentaries. If you got a minute, bro, you more than welcome to slide on this panel, bro. I would love to have you motherfuckers on my shit. Yiddy. But this link right here is only for Blood Boxing or retro boxing and documentaries or the Fresh podcast. That link is only for them. That's it. But they don't want Terrence to take all their shit. Terrence could take all their real estate. And I know that a lot of these promoters act like holding the belts don't mean shit to them. But when you see, all right, bet. Oh, yeah, I'll be here in 20 minutes, my nigga. I'll be here in 20 minutes. I'm going to try to give y'all at least an hour. So I'll be here in 20 minutes. But if they lose all that, they lose all their real estate. Because they might act like even Ryan stupid ass to come forth and tell you the belts don't mean nothing. But that's Ryan Garcia's stupid ass because Ryan Garcia don't care about no belts. All Ryan Garcia care about is the money aspect of the fight. Fresh! What it do with the foe? We got my nigga Fresh in the building. What's up with you, bro? Fresh, you muted. Your mic muted if you talking.
Yeah, what's good? What's good, fam? How you? Salute.
Man, I'm blessed to see another day because it is a day that I haven't seen and it's a day that I will never see again, bro. I'm blessed.
Facts, man. Hey, man, y'all go ahead and hit this like button, man. My man DT3 cooking right now.
Hey, man, we was cooking last night on the Mac, my baby. Yeah, shout out B-Mac one more time for the team.
No doubt. Shout out to B-Mac and the Mac Mob. But, yo, you did your thing last night real quick, man. So, you know, I was checking you out. I was listening, man. Real recognize real. And honestly, man, I was getting ready to upload a little video of my own thing that I'm doing, you know, on this Sabbath. But I saw a video pop up. I was like, oh, that's my man DT3. So I said, let me pull up real quick, you know, salute you, give you a minute, you know what I'm saying, and support your channel.
I
No
appreciate
doubt,
that.
man. No
I
doubt. So
appreciate
yeah, man, this whole thing, man, started with your boy, man. He's Captain Cat, man. Arrow. At the end of the day, because he was the one doing all that lip popping, man, and talking about he a boss and all that. But at the end of the day, man, you got cats you got to answer to, and you can't make no moves until they give you the green light. I'm not saying that he don't want to fight, but that whole I'm my boss and I run things and all that. But when you're asked about Crawford or whatever, oh, I gotta go talk to Al. Like,
Yeah,
what boss got to talk to
yeah,
somebody?
that's the biggest cap in the world. How can I say I'm my own boss, but before I get into it, I go, hey, Fresh, hey, is it cool if I go fight this nigga?
Right. Right. So, it's just all cap, and his fans are so delusional, man. They just dance around all the topics, man. What gets me with them is like the whole thing when we talk about boxing, bro, when we talk about boxing, right? When we match up fighters, what's the first thing we talk about? Is the skill set, right?
Skill set, yeah.
What they gonna bring? Okay, how's he gonna beat this cat or whatever the case is? Just like how, our brothers Joey and shout out to Joey and what's my man who did the debate with him, man? Oh man, my bad.
Young
King Box.
Africa? I remember Young
Nah,
he was debate Young Africa.
nah, it's something King Boxing, man. MKB.
MK,
MK,
yeah, 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 okay.
MKB's the initials, man. I just had lost my train of thought right now, but MKB and Joey, see, they breaking down skills when they had the debate. Ain't nobody jump in and start talking about money and who's the A side and the B side. And I noticed that that's what the Arrow fans do. As soon as we kill them with the facts on the skills of how Crawford would beat him, they want to bring up all kind of other stuff other than skills.
Right.
So,
And at the end of the day, man, skills is what pay the bills. Skills is what got them where they at, not how much money they make in these fights. And I posted a video speaking upon how PBC is robbing us, getting in our pockets, and not giving us the fights that we deserve to see. Like I was looking at a lot of fights of old that were, the Tommy Hearns versus Haglers, and how much we was paying for those pay-per-view, which was only like $54 of the day. But when you look at the fights of today's era, pay-per-view wise, and how much money we're spending on pay-per-view now, 75, $80 for a fight that's not a unification bout. It's not even a title eliminator bout. It's not an undisputed bout. It's not even it's not for nothing. It's just two dudes that built a following up on social media, got some popularity, some notoriety, and because they're popular, not that they're doing something significant in the sport, they're just popular. Those are now the big money fights. Those are the big fights when they're fighting for nothing. That's why you got dudes like Ryan Garcia. Like I just said, you got dudes like Ryan Garcia could come forth and say the belts don't mean nothing. And we could sit there and say that Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia is equivalent to Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, when there isn't, that you can't equate to that. The only fight that would have been equivalent to Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence would be Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury right now, because both of those fights would be for all the marbles. It would be for undisputed. It would be to be called the guy in your division. It would be to be king in that division. Fighting for just a fat check. Who has went down in boxing history in the Hall of Fame for having the biggest boxing check?
right, like that was their legacy. Another one for him is Shakur and Haney. That would be another one.
They'll fight at 140. I think they ain't gonna fight at 35 because once Devin, if you look at how they playing it, look how they play it fresh. You got Shakur at 30, right? He finna sneak his way up to 35 because he can't make 130. Devin Haney is undisputed. It's money in Devin Haney right now. So they not finna fuck that up by putting Devin in the ring with Shakur by throwing a toss-up 50-50 chance that Devin might lose. They don't want to do that. So they gonna push Devin to 140, and we finna start talking about Devin and Tiafimo all over again because Devin ain't got nothing straps at 140. And you're going to start getting that talk. And then you're going to start hearing more talks of Shakur Stevenson possibly fighting Vasily Lomachenko or something like that. You'll hear that type of talk. But you ain't finna see nobody really do nothing significant against Shakur Stevenson at 35 unless it's Vasily Lomachenko.
That's the politics, man. That's the stuff that messes up the game,
The sport.
man.
Mm-hmm. Just look at, like, Arrow don't got nowhere to go. Where Arrow gonna go? All this, he waiting and waiting. They just waiting to age Crawford out. That's all they doing. I said it last night on BMAX live. They are going to price. They're not price him out. They're going to wait till April when Terrence got his Mando, and they're going to force him to fight that Mando. They making it hard for Terrence. They could make this fight happen. It's not hard to make the fight happen. It's just it's every Errol Spence fight that has ever been made. Earl was very confident about making that fight happen and beating dude. This is the only fight you see Earl be up and down.
Yeah. And if it's not him, it's his handlers.
Right.
Because let's just give Errol the benefit of the doubt. Let's just say he definitely is 100% confident in himself that he could beat Crawford like he beats everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that's the case, then why is it not happening? So it must be his handlers that know for a fact, and they got too much money invested in them to just let that happen right now.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, right, at the end of the day, it's still all that politics and that capping from him talking about he the boss. He should have never said that because he played himself.
Yep. Him and Jamal, when they say that they're their own boss, and it's like you said you was your own boss until it comes time to fight a top dude, and then you say, "Well, I'm gonna talk to Al." But when it's a dude that you feel like you could beat or a dude that you want to claim smoke with, all of a sudden you your own boss. I fight everybody. I don't care. I fight Terrence. But then when it becomes a reality that, hey, no, you really might have to fight this dude. Well, we gonna talk to Al and see what he say.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, and I just feel like it's just a bunch of cap. All these fighters saying that they own boss on the PBC side, and they really not. What's up, Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz? What to do with the folk? It's like nowadays, it's about who make the most money. It's not. I could have all the belts. If you look at, ain't Josh Taylor still undisputed at 140?
I believe so. I'm not sure.
And he has a fight coming up with an old boy that I think he lost to, but he have a rematch of the fight that he just, I forgot what dude's name was that Josh Taylor fought, and I felt that he lost, but they gave him the dub anyway because he was in his hometown. But he finna fight that. Ain't nobody talking about Josh Taylor being undisputed. Nobody. Ain't nobody talking about that. Everybody's still talking about Errol and Jermell and all that. And then when you start talking about Josh Taylor, the first thing they tell you is, well, Josh Taylor is a UK fighter. He a boxer, bro. He boxes.
Yeah.
I cover boxing. Do Josh Taylor box? I don't care where he from. He box.
Yeah.
Where he from is irrelevant.
Right.
So I don't like the biasness with that, and I don't like how America do UK fighters. Like you got Ryan Garcia coming forth talking shit about UK fighters just because of what Conor Benn did. Oh, I'm finna cook on that nigga too. Conor Benn is not all of UK. And I'm going to let this shit be known right now. I'm full-fledged American, born in Oakland, California, Acorn Projects. But God damn it, the UK got fighters, bro. The UK fight. They don't make excuses. They fight everybody. Unlike you American motherfuckers who always got excuses and fake justifications for why you can't fight somebody. Meanwhile, these UK motherfuckers, Ryan, they fight everybody. They don't make excuses. They get in there with whoever, whenever, however. It don't matter. And you ain't even fighting the number one guys out the UK. You having troubles with Luke Campbell. Shut your ass up, Ryan.
Talk that talk, bro.
It's just bogus to me, man. So what about Big Baby? Big Baby American, right? He New York. He popped dirty. You ain't say nothing about him. There's a couple American fighters pop dirty. You ain't say nothing about him.
Yeah.
It's funny, all these dudes got sound bites, but y'all ain't finna fight. Ryan got sound bites, Rolly got sound bites, but you ain't finna fight. Talking about fighting Errol Spence. Rolly, you 135-pound fighter. Why the fuck you talking about 47-4?
Right.
And he barely could make 35. He too big for 35. He really a 140-pound fighter. But you sitting there talking shit about Errol Spence. You can't even beat Tank Davis. But you want to talk about Errol Spence. Well, listen, I'll run it back with Tank. Ain't no reason to run it back. Tank put you on your ass. You was talking all that shit. Tank knocked you the fuck out. Nothing else need to be done as far as you and Tank. That shit done. That shit over. Now you talking about Errol. You don't want no smoke with Shakur. Shakur gonna put a boxing clinic on your bitch ass.
Hey, I thought I saw a clip about him and Broner.
Oh,
Rolly and Broner.
Broly and Broner, man. They, for one, I feel bad for AB because
Man,
I don't think AB broke. I don't think
uh,
AB won't for nothing. I feel like AB a hustler. That nigga know how to get money, bro.
right.
I'm gonna keep it real nigga to real nigga. When you know how to get money, you get money.
Yeah.
He might not be getting the big Mayweather type money, but the nigga not broke. I think with Adrian Broner, I think he had a lifestyle that he was living, and now because of he not bringing in that money that he can't keep up that lifestyle. He still got more money than the average nigga, but the
Right.
lifestyle that he set up for himself, he can't maintain that because he's not doing more money is going out than coming in for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's not able to live that lavish lifestyle that he was living when he was on top of the world in boxing. He ain't living that no more. He living kind of like borderline basic. And it's like, and now it's to the point where he just saying shit and doing shit just to get clicks, just to get looks. And it's like, AB, you shouldn't have to do that at this point in your career. You know what I'm saying? Now you looking like a joke. And now they going to AB because AB gonna say some real shit. He gonna talk shit about Al Heyman and Floyd, but at the same time, you ain't fighting, bro. And then when you are fighting, that you look like shit. Adrian
Yeah,
Broner last
man.
fight was garbage.
Yeah, he's just his head just not into it anymore, man. But hey, man, that would have been something interesting to watch. Like, even though they're not like at their high level, but just imagine the press conference, man. All that
I think Rolly beat him.
popping, boy, they would sell that, man. With all that
Oh
his
yeah,
pop,
them two would sell it because when
man, them
Adrian
folks
had
talk
Paulie, he
that
sold it.
trash, man. They can talk some trash, bro, between the two of them.
That they can do. I think Rolly beat AB though.
Damn, really? Yeah, 'cause
You
AB
know
don't
why I
be
say that?
throwing.
Because Rolly more active. Rolly too
Yeah,
busy.
AB don't be throwing, bro.
AB don't throw enough. Now if AB was old AB, oh yeah,
Yeah.
AB not he fucks him over. But this AB that weight too much, take too many shots just to throw one shot. Nah, bro.
Mhm.
All Rolly gonna do is just be more active and be first. Rolly good at being first. So with Rolly being first and active, everybody want to fight Nate Diaz, Candice. That's the big money fight in exhibition fights right now is fight Nate Diaz. Period point
Hey,
blank.
let me ask you something real quick, DT, before I leave, man, because I got a lot to do today. I just, like I said, wanted to pull up and show you some support real quick. What do you think about Floyd giving these unknown Japanese dudes these fights and not AB? I mean, because he regardless, okay, so he's knocking these Japanese dudes out in 2 rounds, right? Getting a quick 30 million, robbing the bank. So why he
Mm-hmm.
can't look out for the brother real quick?
All right, I'm gonna give you some real talk, bro. You my nigga, bro. We fuck with each other, right? If
Hmm.
you get a chance, now you already rich. I'm lightweight rich, but you hella rich. If you get an opportunity to fight for 30 mil, you gonna get that to me?
Mm-mm.
See what I'm saying? If motherfucker come to you and say, hey, Fresh, I'm gonna give you 30 million to go over here and fight this Japanese dude. You gonna tell them, no, I'm good. Go give it to my nigga DT.
Yeah,
You
nah,
gonna
you,
turn down 30 million and give it to me? And I
yeah,
talk shit about you. I call you bitch ass niggas all the shit.
yeah, right. You're right.
You know what I mean? So it's the fact that Floyd ain't finna give none of his money away to nobody for one, because he a narcissistic person when it comes to money. He not
Mm,
finna give nobody nothing. He even said that we ain't finna make no other promoter rich.
yeah.
So he ain't giving AB that money. And number two, they came to Floyd. They came to him. And on top of that, if
Oh,
you look
true.
at the Japanese market, bro, they come and see their own fight. They sell out. They sell out. It don't matter. And then when you got Floyd Mayweather in the mix, we really finna do big numbers. So he looking at how the Japanese public, if you look at the numbers and the politics of it, Japanese culture love fights. Whether it's boxing, kickboxing, MMA, they love fights. They love violence. They will sell out a whole stadium. Y'all remember them old Pride fights? Them Pride fights wasn't always big marquee name motherfuckers at the time. We didn't know who they big marquee names now. But when Pride first came out, them dudes wasn't big marquee name niggas. And yet and still, them Japanese motherfuckers was filling them motherfucking stadiums up.
Yeah.
because they wanted to see some bloodshed. Japanese people love violence, and
Yeah,
Chinese.
yeah. Facts, facts. But yeah, man. Like I said, DT, I just wanted to pull up real quick, man. Show you some support. Shout out to D3, DT3, the Boon Man. Y'all subscribe, share, comment, like his channel. And definitely looking forward to linking back up with you, man. Do your thing. You said some stuff last night that definitely put the battery back in my back because, you know, it takes time and you want to make sure you're putting out the right content and catch
Mm-hmm.
people's interest. So sometimes it's not about how much you're putting out. It's about the quality and your mind being right so that it can come out, can come out right. You know what I'm saying? So it
Mm-hmm.
gave me a lot to think about last night and the motivation and all that. So shout out to you, man. Shout out to my man OG. I seen he pull up retro boxing and documentaries. Y'all go check him out too. Sub, like, share, and comment to his channel. And again, shout out, to Mac Mob, E3, Gem, Boxing Gems, Rebel Life. That's the cast that
The
uh
set.
yeah, that's the set right there. So yeah, man. So big up to you, brother. Keep doing your thing. Keep cooking, man. Y'all support DT3 the Boom, man.
Yeah, man.
Right
You already
out.
know I'm finna cook. So, hey, man, for all y'all in the comment section, man, come on, get your plates ready so y'all can eat, man. Because we finna cook in this bitch.
No doubt.
Because also, what I gotta cook on is everybody is saying to me about, I give Jake Paul too much heat and all that. And Jake Paul is still an actual real boxer and all that type of stuff. All you need is a license to be considered a boxer. And I get all that. I understand that. But Jake Paul is milking the game. He's not bringing nothing, no substance to the game. Well, he's bringing eyes. He's bringing eyes, bro. He's bringing eyes to him. He's not bringing eyes to the whole sport. And on top of that, they're making a mockery of the sport. You got Jake Paul got his own belt. He putting his own belt on his shoulder. He ain't win no belts. He ain't do nothing significant. He ain't finna fight for no titles. They are turning boxing into a joke, into a show. They're basically saying that all we care about is making the most money. Making the most money. We don't care about actual achievements. It's like playing football or basketball, and at the end of the day, all you cared about was getting to the NBA or the NFL. You don't care about being in the playoffs. You don't care about winning the championship. All you care about saying is, hey, man, I'm in the NFL. I'm an NFL player. I'm an NBA player. You ain't winning no games and winning no chips, but I'm in the NBA, though. I'm in the NFL, though. I'm rich. Behind my mama house, it's all about the money, financial backing. It's not about accomplishments. They don't care about accomplishing nothing. They care about getting money. And I've never seen nobody or heard of anybody in the Boxing Hall of Fame who got in the Boxing Hall of Fame because they sold tickets. So when y'all coming at me with that argument of, well, he put asses in seats and he do this, how is that going to get you in the Boxing Hall of Fame? Just let me know. How is you just wanting to sell tickets and make money? How is that getting you in the Boxing Hall of Fame? You're not giving us major marquee fights. You're not giving us fights that we might have thought you was going to watch this dude and it becomes a war. When is the last time we really constantly seen a real war, real fight with two dudes coming in there to both fuck each other up and it's just a back and forth? We talking Gotti Ward shit. You know what I'm saying? Morales Barrera shit. You know what I'm talking about? Marquez Pacquiao type shit. That's what we talking about. You know what I mean? Where's those fights at? Where they at? Because I don't want to hear no shit. Well, Triple G and Canelo fought 3 times. No, they ain't go to war. They ain't had no 3 bomb ass fights. The only fight that was warranted was the second fight because the first fight was arguably Triple G won the first fight. So the second fight is warranted because of how the first fight went down. This third fight was only wanted because motherfuckers was bitching about it. But it's funny how long that fight took to make. Because people was bitching about that fight after Canelo fought him that second time they wanted to see a third fight. And then we get the third fight and it was trash. Straight trash. I be killing them, sis. Those kind of fighters are on top rank, if I'm correct. They seem hungry. And that's the thing. It's I think, to be fair, I do think some fighters or most fighters aren't hungry But there are fighters that are hungry on every stable, PBC, the Zone, and Top Rank. They all have hungry fighters. The thing is, with PBC, they don't want to make no fucking other promotional company rich. They don't want no other promotion company or promoter to make any money off of them. They don't want to do that. They want to make money off of shit. They don't want to lose. They're scared to lose in the sport of boxing. Floyd Mayweather cannot lose when it comes to boxing. He can lose in life. He can lose in other aspects of the world. But when it comes to the sport of boxing, as long as Floyd Money Mayweather can control some aspects of it, he is going to do that to the point where he will not take any losses. Because Floyd don't know how to lose when it comes to the sport of boxing. What's up, Los? What to do with the Foggy? I'm on this bitch. Shout out to the Mac Mob, and Boxing Nerd, and Fresh. You know, shout out to the set, Rebel Life. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all just wanting to keep me on this bitch. Hey, get your money, man. Because I'll be out the loop too. You know, I know a lot of y'all, and I'm going to say this, I know a lot of y'all probably trip on me not making content and shit like that. I just don't like the gossip. And I'm going to be the nigga, I'm going to shit on niggas. I feel like Tank's stupid. That's why you don't give niggas money early. Stupid shit happens. The Charlo brothers, the same thing. They getting money, they doing dumb shit. And the reason why he looked embarrassed is because he got touched by Logan Paul. He wasn't supposed to get touched by bruh. He wasn't supposed to take nothing from bruh. He actually lightweight trained for Logan Paul. He didn't train for for the Japanese dude like he trained for Logan Paul. He actually lightweight trained for Logan. He didn't train hella hard for Logan, but he trained hard enough because he knew Logan was actually coming to beat him the fuck up. Logan Paul wasn't coming for nothing else. But as far as Logan Paul, I feel like Logan Paul is bad for boxing. I just feel like the Paul brothers were bad for boxing. You see, Logan Paul got on. Logan Paul in this WWE shit now. Jake Paul is milking the game. Milking it. They all talk, bro. They all talk, Los. They all talk. You know what I mean? And they quick to run behind somebody else and say, oh, call Al. And look, man, ain't no fighter in PBC fighting unless Floyd or Alan Heyman say so. So all you fucking PBC fanboy motherfuckers and you phony ass LDBC niggas that's pro PBC, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. This fighter want this. He want this. He told me he want to fight. He told me it's this person. Man, the reason why the fight ain't happening is because Floyd ain't making the shit happen. Because if Floyd knew that was going to be a good payday for him and his fighter and they was going to reap the full benefits of it, the fight will happen. Any fight under the PBC banner where Floyd Money Mayweather and Alan Heyman know for an absolute fact that there is no shadow of a doubt that they will lose that fight, they're going to make that shit happen. But if there is a shadow of a doubt, if there is an inkling of a doubt of a possible loss in this event, they're not going to make that shit happen. So when we looking at fights and we are calling fights for 50-50 fights, those fights are not happening with PBC fighters. Not happening. You're better off getting those fights with Eddie Hearn if they're under the DAZN stable. But PBC is not going to fight nobody if they are afraid or it is a high percentage for them to lose. It don't even have to be a higher percentage that they will lose than the other guy. It just got to be too high for them. 50-50? Nope, too high. 60-40, damn sure ain't making it. They're not doing it. If it don't matter, if you have a high enough rate to win, they're not taking that risk. They're not doing it. Why you think you seeing Jermall Charlo fight the Juan Montiels of the world? The only reason why Jermell more likely has got undisputed was because the 154-pound division is not a stout division. If the 154 division was a stout division, Jermell would have a lot more work to do because there'll be other guys. I bet you if Janabek was finna fight, he ain't gonna fight no Janabek. I bet you he ain't gonna fight dude. But he'll fight maybe the Fundoras of the world because Fundora could get hit. But they probably won't even put him in there with Fundora because Fundora will actually come to fight to win. He's not coming to lay down. And that's another thing, is fighters that don't come to lay down. Because I know that they be paying niggas on the back burner. Hey, man, you're going to have to take that L 5th round. Like, that Rosario shit, bro, that was staged. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That shit was staged. For Jermell to jab, bro, in his gut, and he wasn't even doing, he didn't even hit him hard. You could tell he didn't hit him hard. He just threw the jab there. And for him to curl up and do all that, hey, bro, that shit didn't hurt that bad. You playing it out. Why you think you ain't seen bro fight since? Think about it. Have we seen or heard anything from Rosario since? I haven't. He got that Charlo check and cut. Look, man. BJ Ben says this is exact reason why purse bids aren't worth shit and pay-per-view buys are in the tank. Look, ain't nobody PBC gonna pay for your shit fights. Deontay Wilder's next fight is $75 fucking dollars. Deontay Wilder, when he fought Tyson Fury, guess how much that fight was? $75. So why in 7 Hills am I finna pay an equal amount of money for Deontay Wilder to fight a lower opposition opponent when I just paid that for him to fight in a world title fight? I paid that for a world title fight. I'm not finna pay that for no regular ass fight between him and somebody else that don't nobody really know nothing to fuck about. That honestly we already know dude finna take a dive or Wilder finna knock this nigga the fuck out. We know this fight ain't finna be a 50-55 for Wilder. That's why they making it. That's why they gave Wilder shit for trying to fight Tyson Fury. They told him don't fight him. And he fought him anyway and lost. This, bro, boxing is a show. And from this point on, I'm going to expose the show. I'm going to expose everything. I'm going to dig deep in this boxing shit. Because I'm tired of the fuck shit. I don't feel that Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia should be known as one of the biggest fights in boxing. How the fuck is that one of the biggest fights in boxing when they're not fighting for nothing but a check? The fight don't got no meaning, no significance. Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis fight right now is for the check. And the only way we will possibly talk about that fight in the years to come is if it is a blood and guts war, which it will not be, because both these niggas fight pretty. And both of these niggas don't really got that dog in them when they getting their ass beat. So that fight is not something that we gonna talk about in 20 years. Motherfuckers don't even talk about Larry Holmes. And Larry Holmes is the motherfucker that retired Muhammad Ali. And arguably the best jab in boxing history. But nobody talks about Larry Holmes. And Larry Holmes was the real deal. The real deal. Larry Holmes get talked about more for getting beat the fuck up by Mike Tyson. But for real, this boxing shit and the trajectory that is going, it's not leaning towards getting fighters into the Hall of Fame. Floyd came forward and said, we ain't gonna fight. We're gonna fight. We ain't gonna fight harder. We're gonna fight smarter. Floyd, nigga, you couldn't run my shit. You couldn't run my career. Steven 47 says, the PBC has never wanted the Crawford-Spence fight. They have come up with the excuse after excuse to stop it from happening. And the cold part about it, Errol been lying to us the whole time. And I don't say it to make you Errol-sexuals mad, but Errol been lying, talking about, oh, it's going to happen, this, and this. And he just telling you all the bullshit you want to hear. But behind the scenes, the only way the fight going to happen is if fucking Floyd and Alan Heyman give the okay. And based on reports, they not fucking with it. And number one, because Terrence Crawford is basically smashing on Al Heyman, wanting to know the books and all that, because Terrence Crawford is really his own boss. So when y'all talking shit about Terrence trying to know this, Terrence need to know, but Terrence is really his own boss. No, he doesn't go through nobody. He's not going through nobody. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Bob got to negotiate and make this shit happen, or if he was with Eddie, Eddie and them got to talk. No, they got to talk to Terrence directly, because Terrence is actually his own boss. And I'm tired of y'all calling me a Terrence Crawford fan, because I'm bigging up Terrence, because Terrence deserves what he's getting as far as the undisputed fight. He deserves to have that. He put himself in position for that. And y'all put all these obstacles and shit in front of him, and then once he accomplished, or once he defeated these obstacles, y'all had more excuses. So all we getting is excuses. Now, if we didn't start off with no excuses, then we probably wouldn't be tripping on no shit like this. But you started off with excuses. That's what you started with. When the motherfucker first came to the division, you got excuses. You came up with bullshit. When he first came to the division. You know what I'm saying? And we dismiss all that fuck shit. I'm not dismissing it. I'm throwing that shit right back at y'all face. And you know what y'all do? Well, what about when he said this? What about this? What about this? It does not discredit the fact. It don't discredit the fact, because it's like y'all do a lot of double talking too, you aerosexual motherfuckers. And some of you bud buddies too. Because some of you bud buddies can't look past certain shit too. Because some of y'all are so far-fetched up Terrence Crawford's ass that y'all say dumb shit. Terrence Crawford is beatable. And if Terrence Crawford don't come in there on his A game, Errol will work him. That body work is real. But I still don't see Errol beating Terrence, because, number one, everybody that's telling me how Errol gonna beat Terrence is banking it on one thing. One thing. No, two things, excuse me. His power and his pressure. That's all y'all bitching about. That's all y'all hammering about. That's the only thing that y'all holding on to is his power and his pressure. That's it. That's it. Right? I don't hear y'all talking shit about his defense, his footwork, his ring IQ, his ring generalship. None of that. Power, pressure. That's all I hear from you aerosexuals. His power and his pressure. Errol get hit. Did y'all see what happened when he fought Sean Porter? If Sean Porter can rough you up, what you think Terrence gonna do? And when I say rough you up, because I know everybody, Sean Porter always make a tough fight. Sean Porter always make it a rough and tough fight. Sean Porter is not an accurate puncher. Sean Porter does not hit you with accurate, clean shit, sharp shit. He mauls you. He brawls you. He overwhelms you. And if he's hitting you clean, if Sean Porter, a maul and brawl fighter, can hit you clean, what you think Terrence gonna do? What is Errol gonna do when Terrence make the adjustment? Because Terrence make adjustments to your adjustment. So once he see what works, he's going to go with what works. And if you make an adjustment to that, he's going to make an adjustment to your adjustment. He's constantly adjusting. Errol Spence is not a known adjuster. People leave that shit out the motherfucking equation. He's going to adjust to Errol. If Terrence Crawford was a straight up and down dude, then you would have a better chance with Errol winning that fight, because Errol makes mincemeat of dudes that are straight up and down, come forward, don't got no special effects to them. But Terrence Crawford is going to hit Errol, and Terrence Crawford can punch. He's arguably the hardest puncher in the welterweight division. Everybody that he's fought, he stopped him. Nobody at welterweight has stood the test of Terrence Crawford. Nobody. You can't say that about Errol. Nobody stopped Sean Porter. Hey, everybody say, well, his dad stopped that fight. Hey, either way, his dad ain't never stopped no other fight, because when he was fighting Kell Brook was beating the shit out of Sean Porter. He ain't stopped that shit. Kenny Porter knew that his son was going to get knocked out. He didn't want to see that. He was scared to see his son get knocked out, and ain't none of y'all real enough to put that out there on some real talk. Kenny Porter was fearing for his son. He didn't want to see his son get hurt. He knew that was his son, going to be his son's last fight, and he didn't want him to go out and be super more fucked up than what he possibly will be or is because of his fight career. And he didn't want his last fight to go out with him getting knocked the fuck out, because that's what was finna happen. And once he got knocked down, I think that second time his dad was like, okay, this shit's over. It's done. And even Sean Porter said it. Y'all ain't saying shit about that shit. Sean Porter said Terrence Crawford is different. When they asked him about in the comparisons of him and Errol Spence, he said Errol was good. Errol is a great fighter, but Terrence is different. Y'all skim over that. Y'all don't want to hear a straight, honest to God truth about this sport that we love is boxing. Y'all want to form the narratives. These fights ain't hard to make. They tell you. Andre Ward told you, if these fighters really wanted to fight, they will fight. The only thing that's holding up these fights are the promoters, or the fighter might not really want to fight as much as they claim that they do. When fighters are telling you what the game is, y'all still making excuses for these motherfuckers. What has to happen? Because once Wilder lost, I didn't see none of you Wilder fuck boys no more. Y'all ain't come over here. Y'all ain't came over here and said shit yet. But now we got this Errol Spence shit going on. Now here come you Errol-sexuals. Same motherfuckers on that same bullshit. He says he really don't have a lot of power in my opinion. Sean hit him flush. Was cheating him on the hit radio though. Errol's face after that fight told us all we needed to know. Exactly. And Sean Porter is not a accurate puncher like that. You know what I'm saying? He's not that guy. And if Sean Porter is able to bust you up to where you got, you bruised and all that shit on your face and shit, bruh, Terrence is going to put work on you. Terrence going to beat you the fuck up. Period. It's just, and now I don't necessarily want to use the triangle theory. I'll just use it in state facts. Errol, you straight up and down. No special effects. You don't do nothing special. You come forward, you wing it in. You fight like a prototypical Mexican. Your style is a prototypical Mexican style. Come forward, wing and ding. You can fight, Errol. You can fight like a motherfucker. And you can even box a little bit. You showed that when you fought Mikey Garcia. But you cannot beat Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford different. He different. You get hit. Now, a dude like Keith Thurman, yeah, you getting Keith. Keith a bum to me. Keith is a nigga that just want to sit back and talk shit. And I know somebody gonna say Keith ain't no bum. Y'all don't understand what I mean when I say Keith a bum. Now he's a bum. I ain't talking about Keith of old. I'm talking about Keith now. I ain't talking about you better not duck me, son. Keith Thurman. I'm talking about Keith Thurman right now. That's on this Rolly Romero shit. All up in the videos, trying to be all up on the shows, and he ain't about to fight nobody. And nigga, you pretty much went life and death with fucking the fuck is that dude name? Mario Barrios. Like, you went life and death with Mario Barrios, and this was Mario Barrios' first time fighting at 147 pounds. You should have knocked him the fuck out. That fight shouldn't have went the distance at all. Same to you, Mark. God bless. There's no way that fight should have went the distance with a guy who was moving up in weight to fight a guy who's already been in the weight for his whole fucking career. You wasn't in shape for the fight. You wasn't really ready for that fight. And you not training to win fights. You just training to get the little check that you gonna get, and you finna walk off into the sunset. That's what these fighters are doing now. They're getting their little checks, and then they're gonna walk off into the sunset because they don't care about the accolades. They don't. They'll throw the accolades at you to try to check you, but deep down, do they care about that shit moving forward? Hell no. But they'll tell you what they did and where they been, but where they going is not that. And what I'm used to is fighters like Keith Thurman trying to contend for another world title. Actually trying to get that Errol Spence smoke or that Bud Crawford smoke. Period. If they really wanted to fight Bud. Danny Garcia would have fought Bud before Sean Porter because Danny Garcia was number one contender in the WBO before Sean Porter. But they don't want to tell y'all that. Bottom line, bro, this boxing shit is a show now. It ain't real no more. It's a show. The biggest fights are not for anything. The fights that are big, major marquee fights in this era is all about making money. That's it. That's it. They don't want to sell the women's fight because we got Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall coming up. And I know overseas, they advertising and promoting the shit out of that fight. But meanwhile, over here in America, we don't want to advocate for our girl. And I get it. Y'all don't want to give other motherfuckers money. But we got our girl over there. Our two-time Olympic gold medalist is going over there to scrap for all the marbles and to represent women's boxing on an American standpoint. And we ain't getting behind our girl. I talk shit about Clarissa Shields, but I'm going to support my sister when she goes overseas to handle her business. But I don't see too much promotion from you fight hype motherfuckers, you fight hubs, you seconds out niggas. Y'all not bigging this shit up. For real, for real. Frank, where you at, Frank? What's going on? Boxing is universal. Boxing is not an American sport. Boxing is not just a UK sport. It's a universal sport. Oh, they created a new belt in the wake of the Queen's death. Damn. Must be it got to be the WBC. It got to be the WBC. The WBC is the only sanctioning body that's constantly making fucking belts. They made a Juneteenth belt and gave it to fucking, I think, Jamal. Ain't no good and damn way in hell y'all need to be making all them goddamn belts. It's a meaningless belt. I ain't gonna say the Commonwealth belt, not the Commonwealth belt, but the Juneteenth belt, the Aztec belt that the WBC made for Canelo. You just making trinkets, Marsilio. You making fucking trinkets. You're turning boxing into a trinket place. It ain't even about accomplishments no more. It's about collecting toys and trinkets and shit. Bullshit. Don't make no good damn sense. And all we want to do is see the fights. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Don't get your hopes up. Stop getting your hopes up. For real, for real. They're not trying to give us what we want. They don't want to give us what we want to pay for. They spitting in your face. That's what they doing. Floyd spitting in your face. That's why I call you a bitch ass nigga, Floyd. Not because you rich and I'm mad because you got money. Because you quick to say niggas hate on you because you got money and you rich niggas, bro. Give a fuck about your money, nigga. Your character is piss poor. And I don't give a fuck about I pay for this, I do this, bro. That shit don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Cause you could go, hell, Donald Trump can go feed the homeless. Donald Trump still Donald motherfucking Trump. Don't get it fucked up because he want to look like something in the public. That don't mean that nigga ain't no racist, bigot ass motherfucker. Regardless of what somewhat good shit he may do. Don't let that shit fool you. Floyd, you still are a bitch ass nigga. Because you know your fans, not your fans, but you know the fans of boxing want to see certain fights. And the cold part about it, to make it more of an insult to us, Floyd, we willing to pay for it. And you supposed to be the motherfucking money team. And you don't want to give us the fight that we want to pay for because you know why? You can't lose in boxing. You scared to lose. You ain't a man when it comes to that. Because you really see what kind of man you really are when you face real adversity. When you dictate and you control everything and you trying to play it safe, I don't know what you made of, cuz. Grab your nuts, bro. Nut up. Stop being a pussy. Stop being a bitch with your fighters. Motherfuckers want to pay to see these fights, and you holding them up. You a bitch nigga for that. You holding up boxing. You holding up whole divisions. And you think that shit cool. That's what make it ancient. That's why don't nobody watch you niggas. That's why everybody's going to the UFC. That's why they going to MMA. Because of niggas like you, Floyd, holding up divisions. Because of PBC shit. Because of the stupid boxing politics that you niggas play and you motherfuckers ain't getting ratings. Because y'all holding up the fights. Every time I go to a bar or every time I go out and I talk to motherfuckers about boxing, they don't want to talk about it. They don't even want to see it. Because of niggas like you, Floyd, who holding up divisions and holding up the fucking sport. So you know what you doing, Floyd? You taking money out the sport. You ain't doing nothing to provide for the sport. You taking money from the sport and they bringing that money to fucking MMA. But you think you doing something with your dumb, can't read, illiterate ass. Fuck wrong with you, blood? You a disgrace to the goddamn sport as a fucking promoter. Fuck wrong with you? I respect Eddie, because at least Eddie will put your ass in there. You want to fight him? You sure? Hey, that motherfucker got tips, bro. You sure you really want to fight that dude? Yep, I want to fight him, Eddie. Give me him, Eddie. All right, Eddie gonna make it happen. Win, lose, or draw, Eddie gonna make it happen. Talk all the shit you want about Eddie Hearn, but Eddie ain't ducking no smoke, bro. And Eddie paying niggas. So, Floyd, you ain't the motherfucking money team. That's a facade. It's a front. Because the motherfucker that's really paying niggas is Eddie Hearn. You earn with Hearn. And if you really was about that money, when he send you the motherfucking contracts with them big dollars, you'll be taking that. You'll be taking that. Because y'all niggas ain't giving up no money. Y'all the same niggas that turned down $100 million. But you the money team. Since that offer, when have we seen another $100 million offer offered to any fighter? Don't worry, I'll wait. Even Shelly Finger came forth and said y'all received a substantial offer. And y'all turned it down. $100 million generational wealth. And you niggas turning that shit down like it's motherfucking $2. And moving on like ain't shit happened. Get the fuck out of here. You niggas ain't the money team. Eddie Hearn giving y'all money. He didn't offer Jamel and Jamal Charlo money. Y'all turning shit down. Big money. More money than what you gonna pay them niggas. But you ain't trying to give them niggas. You ain't trying to hear that. You ain't trying to hear that. How the fuck is Tank Davis the cash cow and he only makes $1 million a fight? When the fight in total gets what, like maybe 5 to 8 million total. He only get one. So at the end of that, they got 10 million total, and Tank only get 1 million. So they guarantee Tank get $1 million guaranteed. Then they get a little bit of the gate, but all the back end, all the extra shit go to them, and they making $8-10 million. Why Tank only getting one? And y'all want to tell us that Tank the cash cow, and he only making $1 million a fight. When you got motherfuckers, and y'all want to sit up there and offer Canelo 50. But then y'all want to say ain't no money in the Terrence Crawford-Spence fight. Y'all ain't got the money for it. But you bitch ass niggas gonna offer Canelo 50 mil. But you can't split that 50 down the middle, 25-25 for Terrence and Errol. But you could get Canelo that shit though. But you ain't gonna give it to the two motherfuckers that everybody want to see fight. Because the motherfuckers that they want to see Canelo fight is David Benavidez. And Canelo not finna fight David Benavidez because he's going to lose to David Benavidez because David Benavidez is a volume puncher. And Canelo he throw 1-2 shots at a motherfucking time. But Floyd, you cap. You disgrace to the sport as a promoter. You was a good fighter. Great fighter. I don't take nothing from you. I don't take nothing from you as a fighter. Too much. You did cherry pick towards the end. I know I can't. I'm not going to let you live that down. You did cherry pick towards the end of your career. You didn't fight no real major marquee motherfuckers, and you arguably lost to Castano the first fight. Need proof. Rolly's a bum. Tank fought him. Rolly is a good fighter, but he ain't great. Rolly will never be undisputed. He might get a world title depending on who he fighting for the world title. But knowing PBC, they're not going to put him in a position where he possibly going to lose. The only reason why they put Rolly in there with Tank is because they two PBC fighters. PBC not going to lose. Did you hear what I just said? The only reason why they put Tank Davis in there with Rolly Romero was because there are two PBC fighters. PBC is not going to lose in that. Even if Rolly loses, PBC don't lose. Now, if Rolly was with Top Rank or with the Zone and he lost, I mean, if Tank was with Top Rank or the Zone and Rolly lost, then guess what? Now they lost to another promoter. What's up with 1-2 Kid? What to do with the folk? Shout out to the UGC. Rolly will knock out Luke, though. Rolly will knock out Luke. He will. Rolly too aggressive. Rolly will knock Luke out. And the thing is, we got to stop. Not to discredit your comment here. I want to say something. Just because you're popular don't mean you're good. Luke Campbell is a popular name. He ain't good, though. This is the same Luke Campbell that got the shit beat out of him by Jorge Linares. A lot of these fighters are names, but they're not good. What we used to, real boxing pugilists, we're used to the fighters that are big names. They're actually good. They actually can fight. And they actually will fight. But the fighters that are big names now, they're not all that good. There are a few that are good. There are a few that are possibly great. But these fighters ain't that good. They're piss poor mentally. They're not about really the real smoke. PBC motto is send fighters out to get belts, then lock them up. And yeah, they did the same thing with Deontay Wilder, bro. Deontay Wilder held that WBC belt for the life of him. And this whole little, y'all don't want to give the UK this. It's all this game playing. It's all game playing. Bottom line, it is what it is. Call it for what it is. All the extra shit in the meantime, in between time, is smoke and mirrors. Bottom line, America don't want to give UK shit. They don't want to give UK nothing. Even though we wouldn't have boxing without the UK. That's what's fucked up. America like to steal shit and make it their own, but you still stole it. It don't matter. It don't matter if you can make more money here than over there. Boxing was still created in Queensbury. Queensbury is not America. Queensbury is overseas. They still created that shit. Now, we might have helped transcend it, but we didn't create it. And for us to shit on the people that created it and not wanting to do business with people that created this beautiful sport that we love, cap, bro. Cap. I think if Keith would have been in good shape, and if it was Keith of old, he got a chance. But I don't think he beats him like that because of Errol Spence's body work. That's the only reason why I think Errol beats Keith Thurman. because Keith Thurman know how to fight on the back foot. Keith Thurman got a good right hand, all the shit. But what Keith Thurman lack, he don't like getting hit to the body. And Errol is relentless to the body. And if you hit Keith Thurman one good time in the body, he folded. The Jedi! What to do with the folk? May the force be with you, my brother. But yeah, boxing is straight ass right now. It is. You know, and it's not what it was. And at this point, it's not going to be that no time soon. It's going to always be this. It's going to always be fucked up. It's going to always be this person ain't this person ain't that. I want A side, B side. You got to get this. They'll discredit your accomplishments. You can't even accomplish nothing in boxing. They'll discredit your shit. Oh, that was at lightweight. That was at super lightweight. We talking about welter. Welterweight is one division. Are we talking boxing, or are we just talking welterweights? Because if you want to talk welterweights, there's a plethora of welterweights, a lot I can't even name. But either way, when it comes to boxing as a whole, the most accomplished boxer in the welterweight division is Terrence Bud Crawford. Period. It don't matter if you like him or you don't like him. He's still the most accomplished boxer in the welterweight division. That's like saying Joe Montana is more accomplished than Tom Brady. Both great quarterbacks. But as much as I shit on Tom Brady because of that Tuck Rule shit, Tom Brady is the best quarterback of all time. Period. I don't care who your favorite receiver is. It could be Randy Moss. It could be Chris Carter. It could be Terrell Owens. Jerry Rice is the greatest receiver to ever lace him up. Period. And I'm not a Niner fan at all. But Jerry Rice is the GOAT when it comes to receiver. And if you ask his peers and you ask other football players, they say that Jerry Rice is the greatest football player of all time. Not football player. These is his peers. This ain't Jerry saying that. This is his peers saying that. So that tells you a lot. When your peers say you're the best, you must be the GOAT. So to shit on Terrence just because of what Errol did in one division, Errol is still not the most accomplished fighter. Terrence is. Terrence has done more for the sport. Terrence has contributed more to the sport than Errol. Period. He has more accolades, more accomplishments than Errol in boxing. Y'all want to talk about the welterweight division? I want to talk about boxing. We ain't the same. I'm a Martian, and I'm hotter than summer rain like Carl Thomas. Period, point blank. So all y'all aerosexuals that want to blame this and blame that, I can't say it's Errol's fault no more. I can't say it's Terrence Crawford's fault why this ain't happening. The reason why this fight ain't happening is because of PBC. And they don't have they're not giving Errol permission to make that fight happen because they're going to age Crawford out because it only takes one night, one hard, rough night to age a fighter. And they're waiting for that dude to come around and age Terrence Crawford so they could put that fight together. They're on their Sun Tzu shit. That Miyamoto Musashi shit. Make him wait. Sit back. We ain't going to give him what he want. We're going to make him wait. Irritate him. We ain't trying to do all that. They don't give a fuck about Terrence. Errol too. Errol know. Like when Floyd came forward and said what he said, Errol know that. That wasn't new information to him. Errol already knew that. Where Errol at? Did Errol come forth? It's 12:06 p.m. my time. Did Errol come forth and say anything to debunk what Floyd Mayweather said yesterday? Don't worry, I'll wait. Did he come forth? Did he tweet some shit? Did he tweet and say, Floyd, I don't know what the fuck you talking about? I'm my home boss. Floyd, you capping. Floyd don't speak for me. Did he do that? No, tell him. Told us for years Bud was on the wrong side of the street, right? This is what you told us, Errol. He on the wrong side of the street. He leave Bob. Now, he ain't coming to PBC, but he ain't with Bob. He his own nigga. The nigga you claim you is, that's Terrence. And he said, okay, I left Bob. I'm my own nigga now. What's up? Let's do it. You gotta win the belt. I gotta win the belt. Yeah, you gotta win the belt, bro. All right. He gonna win the belt. Wins the belt. I got a belt now. I'm a champ now. My first fight was for a title. What's up, bro? What you want to do? Oh, WBO don't mean shit. What you mean don't mean shit? You got all the other belts. This is the only belt I can go get, motherfucker. Because y'all locked up the WBC and the IBF. You know what I'm saying? Y'all locked up the WBC, the IBF, and the WBA. So all I could go do is the WBO because y'all don't respect the WBO. So I'm going to go get the WBO belt. So I go get the WBO, and now y'all gonna shit on me and say y'all don't respect the WBO, and you got Keith Thurman bitch ass on motherfucking radio stations talking about he don't respect the WBO? That's not a prestigious title. He want the WBC? Fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here. He gets the belt. You don't want to fight him. Don't want to fight. Now you want to be under. Now you want to unify the division. You want to get all the belts. What is it, Errol? It's what Floyd told you. That's what it is. That's what it is, Errol. It's what Floyd told you. Jedi says, how the fuck does Errol allow Floyd to control his destiny? What a sucker. But if you look at it, they've been doing. They did it with Wilder. And at this point now, I'm no longer surprised at this shit no more. I'm no longer surprised. Any fanboy can't say shit to me. If you are a fan of PBC, you on payroll. You move based on how you pay. You could be bought. Ain't no reasoning. A motherfucker could give you a narrative and sell you that shit. You gonna run with that narrative. Even if it's a whole ass lie, you gonna run with that goddamn narrative. We sitting there thinking Errol don't want to fight or Terrence don't want to fight. Whole entire time, both these niggas probably really want to fight. It's fucking PBC and Floyd Mayweather and Alan Heyman why this fight ain't happening. What I'm mad at with Errol is, Errol, your punk ass knew that shit this whole motherfucking time that what they was gonna do. You know you ain't your own boss. You know Man Down Promotion is ran by Floyd Mayweather and Alan fucking Heyman. You know that shit. So when you come forth on your talking your shit about, oh, that fight gonna happen, like when your bitch ass came forth and said the fight was gonna happen by the end of the year, you lying. You was lying. Because Floyd just said that fight gonna happen later, down the road. As far as we concerned, when it comes to Floyd, that could mean anything. That fight could be 3-4 years from now. So when Floyd say shit like that fight could, that fight's not going to happen. That fight going to happen when I deem it to happen. So we could be sitting here, nigga, they could be 40, bro. They could be 40, 50 years old by the time we get to see this shit. And for real, Floyd, you playing with niggas too much. You a grown-ass 40-year-old man playing with grown-ass other men, bro. That's bitch nigga shit. That's bitch nigga shit. How you gonna become the same motherfucker that you hated when you was fighting? That's why I call you a bitch ass nigga. Because you gonna do what you didn't want done to you. You gonna uphold the fans from what we deserve to see and what we willing to pay you to see. That's how I know you're not the money team. Because if you was really the money team, you'll be putting on Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. You know why? Because we'll pay you for it. We willing to pay good money for that shit. But you ain't the money team. You ain't the money team. You the take advantage team. You the manipulation team. You to get over on the motherfucking team. You to play the fans team. You ain't about this. You not. You don't care about the fans. That's the cold part. You don't even give a fuck about the people that's paying you. You don't even care to please them. You will never please the critics. You'll never please Seconds Out, all those other motherfuckers. You'll never please them. I gotta correct you on this, bro. I get where you coming from, but I gotta correct you on that. Because Floyd is older than Manny. I hate when people say that about Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, saying that Floyd tried to age out Manny. Floyd is older than Manny. Floyd is a lot older than Manny Pacquiao. Not a lot. He got 2-3 years on Manny. But he can't say he aged him out because Floyd is older. Banks, what to do with the folk? Hand-me-down promotions. PBC, no, if Errol loses, they have no belts at welterweight. They have never wanted to take the risk. Not only that, Terrence Crawford going right up to 54 to fight Jermell. He's going to exercise his right to fight Jermell. And Jermell is also a PBC fighter who holds all the cards at 154 pounds. So you got to think, do you want this dude to just eliminate your stable? You got your marquee guy right here. You got this one dude who's finna come and possibly wipe these dudes out. They don't want that. What's funny, though, is if it was Floyd in Terrence's shoes, I wonder how Floyd would feel. I wonder. I really do. I wonder how Floyd would feel if he was in his shoes. Yep. But they don't want to make that happen. They don't want to make that fight happen. They not with it. They don't want to make that fight happen. Because you got to think, he going to take everything. And think about it. He going to take everything and retire. If Terrence Crawford beat Errol Spence and then beat Jermell Charlo after, what else is there to do? He cutting. He dipping out. What's up, bro? What's up with my bruh?
Hello.
Mark. What's up, dog?
How are you? How are you?
I'm good, bro. It's good to see you, man. How you feeling, bro? Shout out Mark of Unrivaled Boxing Talking News.
Well, no, the channel's dead. I don't do the channel anymore. It's gone.
I know.
Yeah. So just Mark. How we doing, man? How the fuck we doing?
I'm cooling. Since you just popped, let me ask you, how would you think if Floyd was in Terrence Crawford's position right now? How do you think Floyd would feel if he was in Terrence Crawford's position?
Feel? That's hard for me.
I mean, I know you wouldn't know how you feel, but what do you think, based on how Floyd is, how do you think he would handle? That's a better way to put it. How do you think he would handle a situation like this?
Immaculately. That's the only word you can kind of describe how he managed his career. He'd never be in this scenario. He wouldn't be sitting around waiting for somebody for 4 years.
Right.
So he'd be moved. Floyd would have probably been, let's say he was the same dimensions as Crawford, he'd probably be at 160 by now.
Right.
To be honest with you, he probably would be a five-way champion like he was.
Yeah. So you think Terrence should just say F it and just let it go and just move on? Because he got a Mando coming in April.
Who's Crawford's Mando?
I don't know yet. But they talking about he might have a Mando in April. That's what I heard.
Yeah, they haven't ordered his Mando yet. He's kind of fucked in a sense, because if he doesn't get the fight with Spence, I know people are talking about him fighting Charlo, but Tim Tszyu is Charlo's mandatory for the WBO. And that fight's in January, which means it won't be then available for another mandatory for 18 months.
Ooh.
So he'd be left until 2024, 6 months after July 2024 is when that would. Yeah, yeah. So he'd be a bit down on the totem pole in that division. So unless he were to get a voluntary from Charlo, and then it comes with the same argument. Why would PBC risk all of their belts?
Right, and that's what I was saying. If Terrence beats Errol, he gets all the belts at 47, and then he goes up, fight Jermell, take all his belts. You got to think, you don't want nobody to do that. That's all your real estate.
Yeah, it's kind of a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. I mean, it is sad that Al isn't letting the fight happen. To be honest with you, it's all down to Al. Just from my point of view, anyway, he should just toss. He should just toss a bit more money in there. Stop. Give the guys a guarantee, man, because we all know this fight's going to make over 30 million.
Right.
We all know. We all know that it's going to do over 400,000 pay-per-views. 400,000 pay-per-view, boys, at $75 is a $30 million fight. That's all it takes.
That's great. Mm-hmm.
That's literally all it takes. It's doing more than 400K. You can give. The both guys want 10 million. You can give them 10 million. Flat.
They
10
was willing
million
to give
for you.
Canelo 50.
Well, yeah.
It's like, come on, but y'all can split that down the middle. You know what I'm saying? Just saying, if you're willing to give Canelo 50, you could, if you was willing to take that, you could take that money, split it up all kind of ways, and pay these dudes.
But my question is, how much money? The PBC don't have that, right? That comes from the TV deals, right?
Yeah, right.
So Fox or Showtime are willing to spend that amount of money on Canelo, but are they willing to spend that amount of money on Errol and Bud? I don't know. I don't know if they are. But they should be willing to spend 20 million, because I think that fight clears 600,000. Right? I'm not going to say it's doing $1 million because I don't know, because they're a hardcore fan base. They are boxing fans. But all of us know and know them, and all of our friends will know them by the time we're done. Right? So I reckon about 600K. Couple 100K less than Fury Wilder. Does that sound about fair? Reasonable?
Yeah.
Sounds reasonable to me. Give both lads 10 million. You do 600K, that's 45 million. Both lads get 10 million apiece. That's 20 million. The networks and the promoters and everything, what do they take on? 25 mil. That's a good day at the office.
Yeah, that's good business shit. You just made the fight sound simple shit.
It is that simple. But there's two things that come into those type of things that we're all familiar with. Human people and greed. Yeah? So Heyman's being very greedy here, because if he's saying only on the upside, but what's the upside? Like, they're saying you can only get a certain amount of money if we're in profit. But how will we know if you're in profit or not if you're not giving any purses out? So all of this is talking about advertisement deals. Are you going to have public receipts of that for the fighters to know? That seems very shady to me, because if it's only plus side on the pay-per-view, right, only the upside, only the aftermath, you get a certain percentage of whatever we make in profit. Well, what the fuck do we know about how much you'll make in profit? And it's not as if some of your numbers haven't been fabricated in the past. To fabricate the pay-per-view numbers and say we only did 300K, so we didn't make it because we spent 22 million on a Super Bowl commercial. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Mark, as a pure boxing pugilist, what do you think of? Because I put it on my community page about the pay-per-views, and everybody was on the prices, and I wasn't trying to. The point wasn't the prices. The point was the caliber of fights and how much we paid for them versus the caliber of fights that we're paying for now. And if you look at the level of fighters that were fighting on pay-per-view versus the level of fighters that's fighting on pay-per-view now, you got a guy like Tank Davis, whose biggest fight to date is actually fighting Rolly Romero and that wasn't for nothing. It was just basically a big payday. Versus when you look at the fights of old, the pay-per-view fights were big name guys, and they were fighting for a belt or belts. So, what do you think of now in this day and age where fighters are more so looking to fight for the big payday and not for the big actual fight for accomplishments like world titles or undisputed type shit?
Well, the big fights normally came with the big titles and the big paydays.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be a combined. Can we talk about the change of pay in boxing, like the pay scale, for a sec?
Sure. Go ahead. Good.
So, let's talk about Pacquiao and Floyd. The $75 pay per view. That was the birth of it. It never went back. That was the change of it all there. If it goes back to what it was before that, my friends will know in America, $54.95. It went up by $20. $54.95, fellas. Let's go back to the $54.95 thing. Then you have fights like fighters like Cotto on pay-per-view, right? At $54.95. But now you're having Andy Ruiz and Ariola on pay-per-view, which makes no sense, at $75. So what they're telling you,
damn sense.
Yeah, because I have a question for you. Is Gervonta Davis, Isaac Cruz the same level of value as Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao?
Hell no. I said that, bro. Thank you for saying that. I said the same thing. Is Deontay Wilder's next fight worth the same? It's $75. Is it worth the same magnitude? Is it worth the same money as when he fought Tyson Fury, which was also $75? What the fuck?
There should be like tiers. If you want to do pay-per-view, do a tier system. If you want to have one. And gauge what the fight is worth. And if there is an audience there for a fighter who can guarantee you 200 or 300K pay-per-view buys at $75, okay, go ahead. I can't begrudge his fans that, right? I won't pay for it, but I can't begrudge them. But at the very least, make a tier system. God damn, that's a lot of copy paste right there. Yep, those are the pay-per-view prices, boys. So, we'll ask you this. Boom. You're on mute, my friend.
Yep.
Do you think Marco Antonio Barrera versus Eric Morales should be a cheaper price than Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin?
No. No.
Do you think it should be half the price?
I think it should be more. Because is Charles Martin going to the Hall of Fame?
No.
Is
Luis Ortiz?
No.
No way in hell.
No.
If I'm not mistaken,
he's going to the Elder Home.
Aren't Barrera and Morales both in the Hall? They are.
Yes, sir.
Aren't Barrera and Morales both considered by a lot of people to be two of the top 10 Mexican fighters of all time? By a lot of people. Isn't their fight series considered one of the most epic fight series in all of boxing history?
Yes, sir, it is.
For the low price of $37.
Hell, Miguel Cotto versus Antonio Margarito, $54.95, 2011. B-Hop versus Chad Dawson, $54, 2011.
That was the price. $54.95.
Yep. Timothy Bradley versus Juan Manuel Marquez, $64, 2013.
You see, a fight like Marquez Bradley, fair enough. Okay? If we have a fight like that, that's the equivalent of Crawford versus Josh Taylor. It's a pay-per-view fight. Whoa. It is. It's a great fight. It's a damn good fight. We all go for that. It's the equivalent of Errol Spence versus Jermell. We'll all go for that. That's a beast of a fight. Let's get that shit. Unified welter versus undisputed at 154. That's the shit right there.
Right.
That's the shit.
Right.
But and that that's like kind of like getting Norris versus Leonard. You know what I mean? Type of deal.
Got you. I didn't even know this was a pay-per-view. I didn't know that. Hold on, I just saw it. I didn't know that Terrence Crawford versus Victor Postal was a pay-per-view in 2016.
It was. It was.
59.95.
Yes.
Gennady Golovkin versus David Lemieux was pay-per-view. 50. Goddamn.
And they scaled down the price.
Damn.
Just a bit. Just a bit. Which is the right thing to do. But I completely agree with the sentiment, man. I completely agree with the sentiment that it's the quality of fights. We need better fight cards for pay-per-view prices.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And we paying all this big money for shit pay-per-views. And it's like, it don't make no sense. It's one thing that if we get this big fight, but then the whole card is like shit. And it's like, we're not just paying for that one fight. We're actually paying for the card. That's something that a lot of casual fans don't realize. When you're paying for the event, you're not just paying for that one fight. It's a whole card that you're paying for.
There was a Charlo doubleheader card on. It was Jermell versus Rosario and Jermall versus Derevianchenko. Remember that card? Mm-hmm. And they had Casemiro on it. They had there was in total, Danny Roman was on the card. Lewis Neary was on the card, right? So you had 5-6 world champions total on the card. Fair enough. But it didn't even crack 150K pay-per-views.
What?
No, it didn't. It didn't. Because they didn't promote it.
Damn. What do you think about not to cut you off, I gotta ask you because you over there. What's going on with my girls? Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields. What's going on, man? You over there, so y'all getting all the promotion, I think.
I don't know anything about the fight.
Really? They not promoting it over there either?
No, it's not that they're not promoting it there. It's just I don't live over there anymore. I moved.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, it's currently 28 minutes past 3 p.m. where I am. So
okay, got you. So what do you think about that fight? Who you got?
I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. I flipped. I was going with Savannah, but I've been studying these two ladies for the past month, and I see how Clarissa is training, and I think Clarissa is going to break Savannah down. I don't think Clarissa is going to take too many backward steps because she knows she don't want to be on the end of Savannah Marshall's jab. She don't want to, because Savannah Marshall is longer and rangy, and she don't want to stay at the end of that shit. So I think she's going to stay in between mid to close range, kind of stay in the pocket with her and use her shoulder roll defense to kind of, frustrate Savannah. But I think Clarissa Shields will get her. I think she'll get her late stoppage, round 8. Round 8 or 9.
For me, I don't see Clarissa getting a stoppage. She just doesn't hit hard enough. I actually rate her boxing ability though. If she's gonna pull that off in mid range or in the pocket, she's gonna really need to work on a shovel step game because her shovel step is the greatest. The shoulder roll is one thing, but you need that shovel step to come off round. You know yourself, just shovel stepping in the pocket. That's Mexican footwork.
Right.
You need that to be on point against that girl because that girl hits. That girl really does hit. Savannah, she hits hard, man. So I don't know. Shields is the better boxer. Savannah's a huge puncher.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. Because all I've been hearing from my side, from people over here, is that Savannah too slow, this, that, and the third. Clarissa's gonna be, and it's like I hear all that, but y'all gotta realize that she gotta get past Savannah jab. Savannah got a hell of a good jab. She's good with her range. She knows how to use her range pretty good. She knows how to fight on the front foot and the back foot. So I mean, first, I ain't gonna lie, I was going with Savannah because of her long range and how Clarissa Shields looked against an actual good boxer in a Hannah Gabriels when she fought her. And I felt like if Hannah Gabriels was able to do what she did to you, I already feel like Savannah Marshall is better than Hannah Gabriels. So if Hannah Gabriels did that, I think Savannah Marshall is gonna give you some real work. But Clarissa Shields' mentality, she hungry, she really eager, she wants this fight. And I believe now that she's going to win this fight versus what I thought before. I thought that Savannah Marshall was in her head and was going to get Clarissa Shields to fight stupid, but I think Clarissa Shields wants this fight too much. She wants to prove that she's better than Savannah Marshall because of what Savannah Marshall did to her in the amateurs. That's why I'm going with Clarissa Shields. It's not because of skill set, but because I believe Clarissa Shields is the more hungrier fighter of the two, and I think she wants to win this fight a lot more because Savannah Marshall already has a victory over her in the amateurs, so I think she's pretty comfortable with that. And I think that's really driving Clarissa Shields to get this fight because she's in her back of her mind is eating at her about that loss in the amateurs.
The one thing I'll say about that is I think that's fair, but I think there's something that eats at Savannah too. And people don't talk about this. She froze at the Olympics in the UK. And to get over that hump and Clarissa to go on and win the medal that she feels she should have had because she froze on the biggest stage. And the girl who she beat at the World Championships went on and took the medal. That's going to be eating her alive too.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
There's a hunger for both of them.
I didn't know
this is a real rivalry. There's a real rivalry between these two.
Yeah, they're not friends at all.
No,
it's real funk. I like that. I miss the old school funk when fighters was really funky. It's like who gonna really be the bad guy on they what's the dude's name? Not Margarito, but Ricardo Mayorga. Where he at? Where we gonna get another one of them?
Well, we have a few of them in the women's game. We do because Clarissa, she's one.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say Amanda.
I was gonna say Amanda
Serrano. And to be honest, even though it's not like she don't act like it, but she fight like it. Katie fight like it. And she fight like a bitch that's angry, bro. When she gets into the ring, Katie's fighting like she hates you. You know? Delphine Pursuing fights like she hates you. Michaela Mayer be having beef with everybody, you know?
I like that, Michaela Mayer. Yeah. I can get with Michaela Mayer.
I like how some of them. No. There's an element of class to Jessica, man. I think she's classy.
Okay.
Like all these other bitches are hood rats. They all are. But like Jessica, even though Jessica was like, Jessica's actually more hood than most of them. Like she's homeless in fucking Chicago, right? You don't get one. Yeah, back in the days. So she's like, but she's just happy to be where she is and an undisputed champion. She handles herself with grace and poise. But in the ring, they're all animals.
What's that girl name? I can shit on the tip of my tongue. She was the one that female fighter, big tits, blonde, and last fight she had, she got her eyes.
Ebony Bridges. Like Ebony Bridges.
Yeah, her. What you think about her?
Oh, she's shit, bro. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. She ain't shit. She's what you said, bro. She's the girl who got her eyes folded with the big titties. That's who she is.
Got her eyes folded with the big titties. Yep.
But yeah, she like her fights have been entertaining because
that's what I was saying.
She's just swinging punches, right? But she can't fight worth the shit.
See, that's that old school. That's why I do say don't like women's boxing because of shit like that. He said all they do, they ain't no technique, ain't none of this. Until then you get the fight with Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor, which I think is arguably, until we see the Savannah Marshall Clarissa Shields fight, I think it's the best fight in women's boxing history. I really do. I think Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor was the biggest fight in women's boxing history. That's just my opinion.
Not just biggest, but like actually the best one. It was amazing. It was an amazing fight. It was world level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Shields and Marshall will actually be a better fight than that because I don't think their styles equal what Serrano and Taylor's are because they are high volume and one of them's a knockout puncher and the other one's ultra aggressive, right? Whereas Shields and Marshall, they're both boxers, pure boxers.
So you think it's going to be more of a chess match than anything?
Yes, but I will say this. I think it could be the most skilled female fight in history.
I like that. Where you actually see two women really being tacticians, really showing skill, something that we don't see very much in women's boxing. We mainly just see a bunch of women throwing punches, just cat fight, just So just like when Zhang Wei fought what's that girl name in MMA when she swelled her forehead up, it was hella big. That was arguably the best women's fight in combat sports. So, I mean, women are coming a long way in combat sports. They're not looking like two ghetto girls in the ring fighting. They looking like women or fighters that really took time into their craft and getting their technique right and doing what needs to be done to be marquee fighters in their respective sports. So I want to send a special salute to women combat sports, man. They don't get the proper respect that they deserve.
No, not totally. But there's only a few of the women so far that are setting themselves apart. And
in boxing, yeah.
In boxing. In MMA, though, I can't speak to MMA. I don't watch it enough, right?
I don't either.
But, like, I know Valentina is a beast. I know Zhilei Zhang is a beast. I know Amanda's a beast. Rose Namajunas, when she's on form, is a beast. These girls are fire. I know that Ronda in her prime was a beast. Misha Tate in her prime was a beast, right? All these girls were beasts, animals. Like, they're way ahead. But the boxing girls, like, you are seeing better boxers coming through in the women's sport nowadays. You really are.
Right. Why do you think Holly Holm left boxing to do MMA? Because wasn't Holly Holm a boxer first?
She was a boxer, but there was no money in women's boxing when she was a boxer.
Right. That's why she went to MMA, but she ain't really doing enough in MMA. I like Holly Holm. The only reason why I got on Holly Holm because she kicked Ronda Rousey in the head. That was when I got on Holly Holm. Was because of that.
Yeah,
I give Ronda smoke. I give Ronda smoke. I stopped respecting Ronda as a fighter a while ago, not because she's not necessarily good as a fighter or can be good as a fighter. It was because when she actually got beat up, she quit. When she actually faced some real adversity in the sport and she couldn't just bully bitches like she was doing, when she realized that she can't do that to everybody, she cut. So it was cool when you could bully people and become champ and bullying these girls. Not saying you didn't fight some decent, cool girls because Misha Tate was good. But when it came
I lost all respect. I lost all respect for Ronda when she started saying shit like she could outbox Floyd Mayweather. She can't even box. That's when I was like, this bitch is cuckoo.
But she was the first women's champion, and she got to sell, so she got to say something. But I feel you on that.
But say something believable, bro.
Yeah, say something believable, but don't say I can box with Floyd. Like really?
Don't say I can box with Floyd, because there's many pro boxers who are men who can't fucking box with Floyd.
And she said that when Floyd was active. Yeah.
Like, this was, not too long after this, Floyd whooped up on Andre Berto.
and you could beat him, Ronda. And then you get in there with Amanda Nunes, and she beat the fuck out of you in 30 seconds. But you can box Floyd. Give me a break. Give me a effing break, bro. I ain't with all that. I can't get with that. I gotta ask you this. Before I get out of here, last thing, what is your take on Mr. Ben popping dirty?
Well, it's the same take I'd have for every fighter popping dirty. Fuck you, bro.
And are you okay with the 4-year
because
ban?
bro, I was supposed to be watching that fight in the next hour or so, right? Yeah?
True.
My missus is downstairs watching the fucking Hallmark channel. So fuck you, Connor. I was supposed to be watching a fight tonight, not the fucking Good Witch on fucking Hallmark, bro. Not fucking Christine Bell and Sarah Power fucking getting people off on dates and shit. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm trying to watch some violence. I gotta sit there and watch this shit.
Yeah, man. So that's my real problem with it. Like, yeah, we can talk about all the morality. Oh, you can leave a fighter brain dead, all that shit. You punch somebody, you can leave them brain dead, right? Don't matter. What matters is I was not supposed to be watching The Good Witch tonight.
And I'm not trying to watch K-dramas.
No.
Because that's what I was supposed to watch the fight. Now I gotta sit here and watch K-drama or anime with my daughter or the ABC or Bob the Train. I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah, I'm off to watch the Christmas Card on the fucking Hallmark channel, and Baron's about to watch fucking like Bleach with Ichigo Kurosaki for the next 25 minutes.
God. And then once that's over, I got fucking K-dramas because my wife want to sit here and watch K-dramas. That's her new thing now, is K-dramas. And all my kids want to watch is Bob the Train and sing their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. I pretty much damn near know my ABCs backwards now.
Man, I don't need my ABCs. I can say words.
Because my daughter come up to me quick, Dad, ABCs? ABCs? Every time. But my thing is like, Connor, bro, I always had a feeling that you was on something. I always had that itch or that feeling. Either you was on something or you was just really driven, because the way he fight very aggressive. He fight.
Well, don't forget, Boom, don't forget, Connor was in the WBC's rankings. Remember this? And he got removed from the rankings, remember? Because he refused to enroll in VADA.
Hey, I just want to send a special shout out to LaRon Robertson for the Cash App. Thank you. Appreciate it. Most people don't Cash App me, so shout out to LaRon Robertson, man. Thank you for the Cash App, bro. I appreciate you, man. God bless you. Real rap. A lot of people don't donate. You know, I don't get super chats because my channel is not monetized, nor am I angry that my channel is not monetized. The reason why my channel is not monetized is because I go against the YouTube guidelines with my language and my vulgarity towards the sport of boxing. And I'm not going to change that. I am not going to alter that. I'm going to maintain my level of energy. I'm going to maintain the way I do my content. I am not going to alter my content to cater to the YouTube guidelines. In order for that to happen, YouTube has to delete my channel as a whole. That has not happened. So as long as I'm here, I'm going to keep the same energy. I'm going to be the same guy. It's not going to change no matter what. Even if my channel does get monetized, straight up, I'm still going to talk my shit. So don't think that I'm going to change up because you'll start throwing some dollar signs at me. I will not compromise my integrity for $1. Not gonna happen. But thank you, LaRon.
Drop the kid a super chat.
Thank you. Appreciate that. But I feel like, and I didn't like when Ryan Garcia came forth and said what he said about UK fighters, but he didn't say nothing that I know of about Big Baby Miller when Big Baby got caught pop dirty and all that shit. It's funny how American fighters are quick to shit on UK fighters when they go do something wrong, but then when the American fighters do something, we gotta give them, some praise, or give them some understanding, or cut them some slack. No, I ain't cutting them shit. I'm cutting them nothing. I'm on their neck just like they would be if it was a UK fighter doing that shit. Period. And I feel like that's not fair that American fighters shit on UK fighters and talk bad about them. Man, they fighters too. And they deserve some praise and some respect, just like American fighters. Just because the money part of it is over here don't mean you got to discredit other fighters, man. I just don't appreciate that.
Fair enough.
I really don't. But on that note, man, we'll call it a day, man. Thank you, Mark, of Unrivaled Boxing Talking News. Even though your channel is no longer up, you still my dog. Still love you like there's no other. I appreciate you from coming on the panel, man. It's always great to have your boxing knowledge. And regardless of you not having a channel, that boxing brain still work.
Yeah. God bless, man. I appreciate
you. Appreciate you.
By the way, if anybody's watching this somehow on a playback or whatever, subscriber here to DT3 the Boom, man. Peace.
For sure. Peace and pugilism to you, bro.
God bless you, man.
For sure. Let's go to the Mac, my baby. Yeah, I'm glad you B-Mac. Yeah. You came at the right time. Cause I'm finna talk some shit. I know you probably didn't get it, but you know, since you just popped up in here, I gotta give you your flowers, man. Because you the reason why a nigga decided to go live this day. Cause I'm just like I told you, when you said you need to see Mo, what I said, I got you. I told you I got you. And you see me. You see me. So understand, Mac, my B-Mac, I heard you. And you said we need all our soldiers. So let me get on the front line, because I'm not a nigga that sit on the sideline. I'm a motherfucker at the front line, man. They gonna have to get me first. You understand me? So I want to send a special shout out and a special thank you to B-Mac of the Mac Mob, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because him, Mac Mob, Mark Nash, and Boxing Nerd 01 is the motivation for this live stream this day. And they are the current motivation for me to constantly keep content pushing for y'all, man, because, you know, B-Mac got at me. He got on my head the other day, last night, about not putting out enough content, man. He said, I don't put out enough and I need to cut out that being gone for 2-3 weeks shit, man. People need to hear what the Boom Man got to say. So, you know what I'm saying? Out of respect for B-Mac and the Mac Mob, and Mark Nash and all my folks, man, you understand me. DT3 gonna keep this shit rolling, and I'm gonna try to keep this bitch more active. You understand me? Because I got generals like the Mac Mob who really need your boy out here getting on these niggas' necks and keeping my foot on these niggas' necks. So for the Mac Mob, my nigga B-Mac, bruh, I'm here for you, bruh. You already know what time it is, my G. You feel me? And I appreciate you for the motivation. Thank you for reminding me of who I am and reminding me of who I am on this YouTube shit, man. Shout out B-Mac of the Mac Mob, baby. For real, for real. It's all love. And when you go live tonight, man, I'll be sure, God bless, I get that notification. God willing, I get that notification. I'm going to be pulling up on the Mac Mob. So tune in tonight to the Mac Mob, baby. Because he going live. And when I get that notification, please believe you gonna see DT3 the Boom Man slide on Mac Mob, and we finna talk some more shit. So thank you everybody for sliding through. I want to send a special thank you to Fresh for coming through earlier. You know what I'm talking about? Met him yesterday for the first time. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, man, go subscribe to the boy channel, man. And once again, thank you, Mac Mob, for the motivation, man. And thank you to everybody in the chat that came through, bro. Appreciate you. Love y'all, each and every last one of you. Oh, shit. Where your young ass been at? What, you about 16 now, nigga? You got some pubes now? What's up? I'm shutting it down, bro. But it's good to see you, man. Keep doing your thug thing, man. It's my youngster, man. He been around for a long time, bro. He one of the youngest, if not the youngest reporter in the MMA community or even in the combat sports community, man. The youngest cat doing it, man. But I appreciate you for sliding through, man. You just caught me at a bad time. I'm about to shut this thing down, man. Hope all is well with you, bro. God bless. And, you know what I'm talking about? Shout out to the set, man. Boxing Lodges United. Andrew Tucker of Andrew Tucker World. And you already know who it is, man. 3K the Boss Man, a.k.a. Mr. Two Hands Up. You already know what it is, man. And as my nigga always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Respect, though. One.